travel on displacement s meters is given by this. Show velocity, that's dx by dt, in this case ds by dt. So I've got to do ds by dt, differentiate that, which will give me times by 4, so that'll be 0.004 t cubed, differentiating power decreases, minus 0.12 t squared plus 1.2 t. Then we got to show when t equals 10. So when t equals 10, ds by dt, which is velocity, equals 1,000 times that, that'd be 4, minus 100 times that, so that'd be minus 12, plus that's 1.2 times 10, plus 12, and that does equal 4 meters per second. So that's the first part done. The acceleration particle is given here, and so now part 2. The acceleration is dv by dt. And it says what that equals, so 0.8 minus 0.08 t, and so we want to find velocity, so we're going to have to integrate that with respect to t, which equals 0.8t minus, this will be t squared, so that'll be 0.04, but we must remember the plus c, and we have to find out what c is as well. So in order to do this, we need to know when, and this is true for when it's greater than or equal to 10, so when t equals 10, the velocity equals 4. Just work that out in the first part up here. So therefore, substitute that in, 4 equals 0.8 times by 10 minus 0.04 times by 100 plus c, and so basically 4 equals 8 minus 4 plus c, so that means c equals 0. So we get velocity equals 0.8 t minus 0.04 t squared, and now that's our formula. We've got no plus c at all, and so therefore when, what do we have to do when t is 20, when t equals 20, v equals 0.8 times by 20 minus 0.04 times by 20 squared, and that equals 0. So I've now shown the second part for those 5 marks, and now the 6 marks. I'll start up here. Find the displacement from A of the particle when t equals 20. So it's still working along these lines here. We've just worked out what the velocity is, and the velocity was here. So if I write that down, velocity equals 0.8 t minus 0.04 t squared. And v, of course, is dx by dt. So if I want to find out what x is, I need to integrate the above. So I'm going to integrate that, and don't forget when I integrate it, I'll also get the plus c. So x equals, that will be, go to t squared, integrating, so increase the power, so that'll be 0.4, and then it'll be minus, and it'll be t cubed, and that'll be 0.04 over 3 plus c. And I need to find out what c is by putting in here, so I need to know that after 10 seconds, which is when I get this acceleration formula, after 10 seconds we need to find out what x equals. And so x, well in this case it should be s really, is given in this formula up here. So after 10 seconds, what do we get? We get x equals 0.001 times by 10 to the power 4 minus 0.04 times 10 cubed plus 0.6 times 10 squared, and that equals 10 minus 40 plus 60, and that equals 30 meters. So when t equals 10, x equals 30. So I can now put that into this bit, and that will tell me that x30 equals 0.4 times 10 squared minus 0.04 over 3 times 10 cubed plus c. That says that 30 equals 40 minus 13.3 recurring plus c. So c will equal 3.3 recurring. And now I get my formula for x equals 0.4 t squared minus 0.04 over 3 t cubed plus 3.3 recurring. And what I finally have to do is, when t equals 20, x equals 0.4 times 20 squared minus 0.04 divided by 3 times 20 cubed plus 3.3 recurring, which equals 56.6666, which equals 56.7 meters to 3 significant figures. And that's done the whole of question 6. I hope you can read it.